This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so far actually what we discussed yesterday. So already we started a MMFI integration, which is one of the important part here. Okay, so here MMFI integration. So generally, whenever you are performing the inventory transactions, the inventory transactions like goods receipts, goods issues, some stock transfers, transfer postings. So all the inventory transactions. So far you observe only goods receipts, goods issues, but all the inventory transactions. Okay, whenever the user is performing, the user means the end user, you no need to bother about the GL account. The system automatically picks the GL account. So yesterday almost 50% we completed. Okay, so no remaining part today will complete. So MMFI integration. So in MMFI integration, MM and FICO. So MM people they will maintain some settings, and FIC people. So what is the topic is called automatic account determination. The topic itself you need to understand. So automatic account determination. So here the system has to pick the GL account automatically. So completely all this automatic automation under the OBYC settings here. This is only one transition called OBYC. There you can perform all the automatic automation. But what we observed yesterday, so the SAP has given two procedures: account determination without wizard and with wizard. But every company will go account determination without wizard. Yesterday somebody is asked wizard. Wizard means step-by-step procedure. So what is the definition of the wizard means? Step-by-step procedure. Wizard means okay. So however we are following account determination without wizard. So in this, so what we observed yesterday. So first of all, the valuation grouping code is a 4-digit element. Okay. So let me open the server also. So valuation grouping code is a 4-digit code. MM people need to maintain the valuation grouping code. We need to activate the valuation grouping code. So already valuation grouping code is active. So just you need to identify. So as per your client business requirement. So what are the plants you want to maintain the same automatic automation? So for this actually, so you need to maintain the same grouping code here. So this is valuation grouping code. Okay. Next, so what we need to tell me. Company code is the smallest organization unit for which you compute company smallest organization unit for which statements come from. We can simply say that the SAP system company code. Company codes company brand company and subsidiary company statements. That do I send this? Sir, okay, right. So here now what is the navigation path? SPRO and SAP reference IMG. Okay, now come to the materials management. In materials management, so you need to go to the inventory management and physical inventory. Now valuation and account assessment. Valuation and account assessment. In valuation and account assessment, we need to go to the account determination. So wizard, however, we are not planning. So no company is not going to plan this account determination with wizard. Without wizard, we need to observe. And what is the first step we did? Valuation grouping code. Just observe. Valuation grouping code is already active here. Okay. And next step here. So this also we discussed here. Group together valuation areas. So this table you need to understand. So in this table is very simple. Okay. So when you are working some XYZ company, so they have some 5 plants. So all these 5 plants will come in gray mode. Where the valuation MMFI means valuation area means plant here. The valuation area means plant here. Who is going to define and copy the plant? MM people. Okay, so already we copied enterprise structure, and these plants we are going to assign to the company code. The company code will be defined by the finance people. So the respective plants is already assigned to respective company code, and the name of the company however will give you Tata Steels or Tata Motors. And this chart of account also we discussed. So we have Material Master is the highest integration data, master data. For the FI people, so they have GL masters. GL master is the okay, so is the main master data. So the finance people they will create a lot of GL accounts. All these GL accounts they will assign to one chart of accounts is a 4-digit element. So these chart of account directly they will assign to the company code, and this is the completely plain in real system. So how you will decide as a MM consultant, you need to ask your client which plant you want to maintain the same automatic automation. Against this plant, you need to maintain the same 4-digit key. It's called valuation grouping code. So this is already we discussed here. And example, so here if I come to define valuation control, if I make it is inactive, if I click on save, violation. Now, if I go to second step, we are not able to open. If I'm trying to open immediately system, because the valuation grouping code, whenever it is active, then you can able to open this second here. Okay, so the second step here. So that's what your valuation grouping code is active, and observe the group together valuation areas. It's already we observed. Now, valuation class is the most important parameter. Yesterday we discussed here. Account category reference. Suppose now tell me anybody in the session, if account category reference is not available in the system, what happened? Lakshmi, Yamuna, SSV. Let me check how far you understand about MMF integration. So if account category reference is not available in my system, then what will happen? Anybody in the session, including offline also? If account category reference is not available, yeah, tell me SSV.
We cannot group any valuation classes together.
Okay,
I
your
mean,
answer is correct, not exact answer. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We are linking with material types.
Okay, we are linking material type, but I want a correct answer.
Sir, the GL accounts will not.
No, that is secondary. First, okay, no problem. If account category reference not available in the system, okay, for one material type, you can give you only one valuation class. This is important here, you need to understand. If account category reference, suppose I'm not using account category reference, for one material type, I can give you one valuation class. If I am giving one valuation class, but my material type, a particular material type, whether you take raw material or finished material, semi-finished material, they want 3 GL accounts. When they want 3 GL accounts, I required 3 valuation classes. When I require 3 valuation classes, but my standard SAP is not going to support here. Is it clear, SSV and Lakshmi, Yamuna? If account category reference is not available, I can give you only one valuation class.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes,
was
sir.
about to tell you, but
Oh,
no
Got
problem.
it.
okay, no problem. So yesterday already I stressed this point here. See, yesterday we created a new account category reference. So what is the account category reference we created? Z002. So in IT industry we call it as Z. Okay. So Z002 we created new account category reference. In real time it is completely, so in the business blueprint is recorded. So we'll discuss with the client. So what are the material types? The client are using 5 material types, and each and every material type, how many number of valuation classes they required. So it will be recorded, and here you need to create account category reference. And next step, we are going to link your account category reference to your valuation classes here. Okay. So here, what is the if you come to here, so what is the valuation class we created? If I'm not wrong, so we created 4001, 4002, 4003. So these are the 3 valuation classes we created. We assigned to my account category reference here. Okay. So I am assigning to my account category reference. What are the valuation classes I am assigning? The same valuation classes will come here. So this is also yesterday we did. Okay. And next, finally, I'm going to assign my material type to direct account category reference. So indirectly, I'm going to link for one material type multiple valuation classes. This also we have observed. So now go to position. What is the yesterday material type we created? So JTS, jet test material type we created, right? So for this, so already assigned my account category reference. And also what I did here, so I created a material. So new material I created for. I'll do one thing. One more time, I will create a new material and let me. So when I'm trying to receive the goods, the system is throwing error for us. Okay. So here go to MM01. Now go to industry sector and go to your new material type. What is the material type? So you must create with your new material type ZTS. Okay. And go to selection views, the basic MMS, and enter the plant and store location. Okay. So here 1638 here. So this is the test material. Okay. For automatic account determination here, the test material, okay, for automatic account determination. And coming to basis of measure, this already you know, enter some material group and enter the buyer group, purchase group here. Okay, so enter the purchase group and also enter the plant value store location, accounting menu. Now please observe from where exactly the valuation class is coming. So for this, actually, to getting the multiple valuation classes, so we are creating account category reference, and account category reference we are assigning multiple valuation classes. and these account cat reference I am going to assign to my new material type. This logic I think everybody need to understand here. So here why I required valuation classes, multiple valuation classes? Anybody in the session? Why I required multiple valuation classes, offline and online?
Because of this sales order stock.
Excellent, excellent. So here the client wants to differentiate the stock. So if the sales order
Normal
stock
stock,
has
sales order, and
one
project
GL
stock.
account, yes, the product stock it has to go one GL account. My raw material stock it has to go one GL account. So when I am receiving, it is only for raw material stock. Okay, normal stock it has to post in one GL account. So every time you should not. It's only one-time activities. Okay, MMFA integration are one-time activities. Once you will define, every time system is going to pick the same GL account here. The GL accounts will be prepared by the finance people, so the system has to pick here. So here, if it is a sales order stock, I need to give 4002 valuation class. Product stock, I need to give another valuation class. Okay, so this is what you need to understand. If account cat reference is not there, I can assign for one material type only one valuation class. So now simply I created a material. So yesterday we created material and we created PO, and at the time of goods receipt we issue, we what I issue. But once again I am creating a material 1638. For this 1638 material, okay, straight away I will create a PO here, ME 21 and transition code. If I am trying to create a PO, so enter the vendor code. So enter the purchasing organization and the purchase group and enter the company code. So for this 1638 material code, so enter the quantity. Okay, so enter the plant and so all these details. Net price must be greater than 0. Net price must be greater than 0. Okay, no problem. Because why we are system is not picking the price? Anybody? Why
Purchase
system is not picking?
requisition, we didn't.
Purchase info record is not available. Exactly. The
Uh,
purchase info record is there. This material and combination system will pick the price. Okay. So purchase info record is not there. So you need to enter manually price here. Okay. And also we are getting one more issue. No commitment item. So why we are getting? Because first time we created with this material type and there is no automatic automation settings. If you are getting this error, please go to account assessment tab. In account assessment tab, enter the commitment item as 3993. This is default. It will be done by the finance people. Okay, so don't worry if you are also getting, enter commitment item as 3993 by default. Okay. Enter and click on save. So once I created a purchase order, okay, so this purchase order will go to the vendor. Now copy the purchase order number here, 4500017228. So for this PO, I am trying to do the goods receipt here. Go to Migo. In Migo transition code, goods receipt purchase order, enter the purchase order number. Just execute here. Okay, so here now simply every time we are performing the goods receipt, goods issues, and subcontracting procurement also we observe. Item okay. So simply you need to click on check. Document is also okay. Enter the store location because in PO. So here store location is optional field at the time of PO, but at the time of goods receipt it is a mandatory field. Okay, so enter the store location, and again you need to click on check, and please post this document. When I'm posting, so this is the error actually we are getting this here. So this is actually we need to fix this issue. We need to fix this bug. Now tell me, till now actually we completed a couple of procurement process. We never faced this issue. So today why we are facing this issue? Because you created a new material type, or we can say we created a new valuation class, but you have not given the direction to the system. So for this material, if I am receiving the normal stock, which GL account has to post here? So for that, to finally we need to understand to determine the GL account. Okay, so what are the factors are going to influence here? So what are the other factors here? To finally determine, the most of the interest they'll ask this flow here, to finally to determine the GL account. So the chart of accounts are influencing the transaction key and your valuation grouping code, account grouping code, valuation class. These are the parameters are going to influence to get the GL account. Okay, so to determine the GL account. See, if your authorization, your proceed button is there, right? So here, what is that issue you are getting? INT. INT means what? So INT means chart of account. So already we observed INT here. So what is this BSX? BSX means transaction key. Okay, now you are going to see it. So this is the valuation grouping code, account grouping code. 4001 is not possible here. So here you not maintain the entry here. So if you click on proceed, so you need to, so your authorization, you need to click on proceed and click on cancel. So go to account assignment tab. Go to account assignment tab. If I go to account assignment tab, okay. So now this is actually screen is OBYC. You can see downside here. I think everybody is able to see, right? So this is the transition. Means OPYC is the key transaction. All your MMFI related. Okay, so settings will be done in real time in OBYC in real time or off in training system also. OPYC is the transition code here. The completely MMFI related okay settings will be done here. So these are the posting keys, transaction keys here. It is default here. Okay, you don't need to worry. Okay, so here what is the transaction inventory posting? The BSX is showing here. So simply you need to double click on this transaction key. The system will ask you what is your chart of accounts. So what is my chart of account? INT, right? So enter your chart of accounts. If you click on continue, yes. So here now previously we never get this issue because if I am using raw material, what is the valuation class? You use 3000 valuation class. For this 3000 valuation class, this is what here. This is the GL account. Who will prepare this GL account? So actually we are not ownership of this GL account. Sorry, we are not able to understand what. So the GL accounts will be prepared by the purely finance people under the FS00 transaction code. Okay, so we are not owner of this transaction here. Simply we'll ask, please, we require this GL account, they will provide us. So against your valuation class 4001, I need to enter the GL account here. So here now please observe. So these are all 3000. So as per standard SAP I am saying, for you also you need to practice. 3000 means still now you know 3000 is for raw materials. If I go to 7900, it is for semi-finished materials here. Semi-finished material stock it has to post in this GL account. The finished material stock it has to 7920 is finished here. Okay. So here is a raw material, right? So I need to enter this 3 lakhs account. Okay. So copy this account. Okay. And just 4001 against I need to enter this account. Okay. So simply enter. So automatically it will come here 4001. Again the GL account I maintain. You need to simply click on save and you need to click on continue. So from proceed button you came here, right? So if you go back, again you go back. So here again you close this issue. Sometimes okay, so just you close. Once again you need to click on check here. Once again you need to click on check. So document is okay. Completely. Some sound will be reduced for it. So suppose now if I'm trying to post here, if you are getting the same issue, just completely come back and you need to post here. So you need to post here. So now you are able to post it. Okay. So now we posted the transaction here. Okay. Now after the posting transaction also we need to understand it. Okay. So this is most important. Simply go back here. Go to MIGO or MB03 to see your latest material document number. Go to display. From display, you go to material document. You observe the material document here. Now, that the material document doc information. Click on FI documents, finance document. Okay. Now, click on accounting documents. Yes. So, initial class also we discussed. So, whenever you're posting the material document, if the material document finance, accounting document will be generated. So this is actually, you know, so here what is the GL account is posted, the GL account is okay. So means for 3 lakhs account here. So I received the stock. So once I received, how much stock I received? 10,000 euros of stock I received today. Okay. So automatically system is posting this GL account. Now with this material you created a number of times. Okay, because already setting is only one time setting we have done. So the user no need to enter the GL account. Finally the system will determine the GL account and this value is posting to this GL account. This is actually MMFI concept here. Now what about this account? What is this account? This is GRIR clear account, but we have not maintained, right? So we have not maintained means for this RRX already it is assigned. That also I will show you. So for this actually there is no shortcut procedure. I will show you how to check your transaction keys also. In most of the interest they will ask you while I'm performing this inventory transactions, what are the transaction keys sitting here for consignment? So till now, what are the procurement process you run? So again, you need to run for consignment procurement. What is the transaction key sitting? For subcontracting procurement, what is the transaction key sitting? So how to identify a transaction key? Once you'll come to the material document to accounting document, from from menu bar, go to display as list. Okay. So if you want, you can write down from menu bar, go to display as list. Now from menu bar, go to display as list. From settings, layout, the menu bar, settings, layout, current. So go to find button. So in find button, you need to enter the transaction without spelling mistakes here. So system so automatically blink here transaction. Now I need to post this here show this field I need to forward to this here. So now click on this arrow, click on copy. Now you can able to see your transaction here. Okay. The first one we observed, this is a BSX transaction, which is inventory raw material. This, but WRX. So this actually for this WRX is also transaction key, which is a GRI clearing account. Now what is the value here? Still it is 191100. This is the GL. Okay. The altogether actually now how to practice this MMF integration. Okay. Create one material. So for this material only you need to perform all the transactions. Try to do some subcontracting process or consignment process, piping. Okay, means whatever the possibility. So you are getting different issues here. So completely you need to come and you need to fulfill this in OB basis things here. So if already this transaction keys level already for your violation class against the GL accounts is there, the system will pick. Otherwise, the system will throw error automatic automation related. Now we'll come to the backend system here. Okay, so what is my backend system? Now till now we observed this here. Now I think already you understood what is valuation control, what is a group valuation class also we discussed here. We created a new account cat reference valuation class and we assigned this here. For you also, you create your own material type and okay, then you need to check here. Now we'll come to here. Define account grouping for the movement types. Okay, let me. So we need to discuss more two parameters here. Define account grouping for the movement types here. So what is meant by define account grouping for the movement types here? Okay. If I go to define account grouping for the movement types here, okay. So please, till now we observed okay some transactions. At the time of goods receipt, the system is picking automatically most of the time. Okay, so most of the time whenever you are performing, the system is hitting automatically. So here movement type here, the system is picking the movement type automatically. From where the system is picking the movement type automatically. Okay, so what are the factors are influencing also you need to understand. With one itself we have various movement types will be there, but finally we need to understand. And also we discussed the initial classes like item category we are not able to create here. Okay, so in this screen only we need to observe. Okay, so there is no new entries button, there is no new entries or copies button, so only it's purely system dependent. Just we need to understand it. Any one line item, let me open first line item itself. To determine this transaction keys here or to get the movement type, the system will do the backing activity. So first of all, the system will check here. So before getting the movement type, the system will cross check all these parameters here. Okay, to get the transaction keys and all. First, whether it is related to special stock or not. So whatever the stock is receiving. So far we observed consignment stock. Okay, so pipeline stocks and all. So subcontracting stock. So system will check whether it is related to special stock. Movement indicator also it will observe the movement indicator with whether with reference to PO or without reference PO or with reference to production error with reference to delivery net. So the system will check this also. Okay, and finally whether it is so it is performing for consumption. If consumption, what type of consumption? Whether sales are related consumption or asset related consumption or product related consumption. So these are all the parameters will be checked by the system here. And finally, so it will pick the value string here. Only two value strings is there. So if you want, you can able to create new transaction key also, new movement type also. The transaction key is purely system dependent here. The first your system will so identify which value string, and in that value string what are the possible transaction keys will hit here. Okay, so this is most important here. So the finally to determine the here we don't need to do anything here. We don't need to do anything here. So all the transaction keys is there and all the movement types is there. Just you need to observe. So now you will get idea whenever we are receiving from where the system is getting movement type one at one. Now today you will get the clarity. Okay. So the system is going to do some backend process. The system will check whether the special stock indicators or movement indicators, conventional related indicators. So all the parameters the system will cross check and they will give you a result movement at 99% most of the time. Okay. So some special stocks will add manually, but most of the time the system is going. Now today you get one clarity. So from where the system is getting this movement type. This is completely the screen is okay. It's related to this only here. But one more important thing also we need to understand. So mostly we have only two value strings, W06 and W01, only two value strings here, not more than that here. But if you come into the transaction keys also, so in SAP we have a lot of transaction keys will be there. Previously we have the OBOIC, lot of transaction keys will be there, but some few transaction keys is having account modifiers here. So this also you can write down. Okay, what are the transaction keys is having account modifiers here? Okay, we have a lot of transaction keys is there, but three transaction keys having account modifiers. Those are GBB, PRD and KON. For only these three transaction keys having account modifiers here. What is this actually? GBB transaction keys having account modifiers and PRD and KON. These three transaction keys is having account modifiers here. Means I mean to say, so this is the transaction key. So simply account modifiers are sub transaction keys also. Generally we'll should not call as sub transaction key, but we need to say account modifiers. So in SAP completely for these three transaction keys having account modifiers, those are GBB, PRD and KON. So most of the questions in the interview, the GBB related account modifiers, every interview they'll ask. The GBB related different account modifiers there that will ask you. Generally GBB is the offsetting entry here. Okay. Now once again we'll go in detail. So this just you need to observe. Now come back here. Okay. And finally this is not required for us. Configure automatic postings here. Okay. The configure automatic posting. So if you click on cancel, okay, and so this is the account assignment. Now again we are reaching to OBOIC. Previously when we are receiving we got the error. Okay, from that error if you double click, if you click on proceed, the system is taking to OBOIC, but backend. So here this is called OBOIC transition key. If you want, you can see here. This is the OBOIC transition key. Okay, so you can observe these are all actually alphabet wise here. So these are all different transition keys will be there. Okay, so AG1, AG2. So for actually we will not across all the transition keys. What are the important transition keys also? Now we actually why I'm taking, because why I'm skipping, we have a lot of RTP procurement, some other procurement process is there, but why I'm taking this a priority, because from day onwards you need to understand, in going forward we have some couple of procurement processes will be there. Now you need to understand what are the transition keys hitting, so you need to understand. So that's what I planned a MMF integration after this some few procurement processes here. Okay, now let us each and every transition key. So if I double click here BSX, just now we observed. So simply the valuation class again is the GL account secret. Okay, but some transition key. What is the transition key we discussed here? Okay, now if I come to here, GBB is the offsetting entry. Okay, GBB is the offsetting entry. If I double click on GBB, so these are general modifier, account modifier, both are same. So these are some account modifiers is there. Okay, so here now if I come to here, now previously we observed WRX here. So we are not interested WRX here. For WRX actually valuation class is not required. WRX is the GRIR clearing account, right? So WRX here. Just now we got the like WRX here. Where is my WRX? WRX. This is the GRIR clearing account. So only 191100 is there. Okay. So now all together, suppose now you want to more strong into the MMF integration. Okay. So just come to here. So just come back here. Now whenever you are free in front of the system, okay, so you want to know about more into MMF integration, so simply open this documentation. Okay, so this is a documentation you need to go through. Okay, so it's a very lengthy documentation is there, but so just what I am just suggesting, just you need to focus. Okay, so come to here. Okay, now so this is actually configure automatic postings here. Okay, just you go through this document here. Okay, so now just scroll it here. What is chart of accounts? Actually, it is not related to chart of accounts will be prepared with the finance people. What is meant by valuation grouping code? Valuation grouping is a 4-digit element here. What is meant by transaction key? Okay. What is account grouping? Okay. So just to go through this document. So even though if you don't need to go through this documentation, at least so what are the transaction keys hitting? Now you need to understand how to see the transaction key. Just now, so you need to run the transaction. You need to perform the business process procedures or any transactions. So what are the transaction keys hitting? So you need to understand how to see the transaction key. Already explained. Now if today I am doing consignment procurement, what is the transaction key hitting? Why it is hitting? So you need to understand here. Okay. Now mostly what are the transaction keys come across here? First of all, AKO. AKO. So whatever just I'm explaining, just you need to write down. So only those transaction keys only you need to do hard work here. Okay. AKO. AKO means expense or revenue from the consumption of the consignment material. So now you need to read about this. So this actually transaction used in inventory management in case of withdrawal from the consignment stock or when consignment stock is transferred to own stock. So this is the transaction key is going to it here. AKO. So whatever just I'm explaining, that only that transitions only you are going to get here. So next is AUM. What is AUM? Expenditure or income from the transfer from. So here whenever you are transferring the material from one plant to another plant, so in a particular plant one, the same material price is 80 rupees. Okay. Other plant, the same material price is 100 rupees. So this is the price difference will be there, right? So if both the prices are same, both the plants the same material, no problem. If the material price is different, Adama, 4 laptops, 1, 2, 3, and 2. ये laptop बोलो, okay, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So expenditure from the transfer costing means whenever you are transferring the material from one plant to another plant, if the material price is different, so then AUM will trigger. AKO, AUM, okay. And still we will see. Okay, so whenever you are receiving the supplementary entry for the stock, BSD, okay, so it's also very rarely. And BSV also, if you are performing subcontracting procurement, you observe BSV. So I am receiving the finished product internally, okay, BSX will hit here. But if I am receiving the material from the subcontracting process, finished product, that time you will get BSV here, okay. And BSX just now we observed, okay. So BSX, and if I come to here, what are the transitions? FRE also, please observe. Purchase accounts, purchasing of offsetting into freight clearing. So some freight clearing accounts will be there, right? So FRE, okay, these are freight clearing account here. And here you can see all the freight accounts here. FR1, FR2, FR3. So these are freight clearing. So delivery charges here. So this also just you observe FR1, FR2, FR3, FR4, and external services. Now tell me anybody external services, anybody which process we observe external services?
Subcontracting procurement.
Here itself, who said this actually? Yamuna or Yashasvi?
Yamuna sir.
Yamuna, okay. Here itself you can see. Okay. FRL means the transaction used for the goods and invoice receipts connection with the subcontracting.
Subcontract orders.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So if I am giving the order to the subcontracting vendor, so definitely I need to pay service charge, right? So in subcontracting procurement, you need to observe FRL. Okay. So what are just I am mentioning? Next, external service or delivery cost, FRM. Okay. And one more important, just now we discussed the GBP related. There are so many account modifiers in this also. So the GBP is the offsetting entry because it is related to consumption. Today I received 1000 pieces, but in 1000 pieces I received and keep the stock here. In these 1000 pieces, I issued some number of pieces to subcontracting order. So then what is the like when I am issuing material provided to vendor VBO, if I am issuing to the cost center VBR. So like this we have, if I am receiving initial entry stock BSC, so under this transaction key, all these account modifiers are important. Okay, so please write down. So GBP under all these account, just you need to write down, just please keep in your mind and you write in and you need to do exercise on this here. Okay, so GBP again is a lot of account modifiers. If I am receiving 101, 501 goods issued without PO, GBP under ZOB we need to enter. Okay, GBP under ZOB. Okay, so these are all account modifiers. And again, apart from this, if you are doing some account assignment category of the, then that time KBS. Okay. So here after GBB you need to write down KBS, and the KDG, KDM it is not required. Okay. And KDR, KTV it is not required here. No. Okay. So here KTR is not required. PRA, price difference was exploded for PRA also we need to understand. PRD, just now we discussed PRD, price difference. This is also some only this, only an account modifiers, only GBB. For PRD, only 2-3 account modifiers is there. Only GBB you need to concentrate. Okay. And these are all. So what else? In which case we are getting this. So if any material ledger was there, where exactly I am searching here, more 1 or 2 transaction keys will be there. So these are actually UMB also, revenue expense from the revaluation. When you are going to revalue, UMB transaction key will be here. Okay. And if any taxes, VST here. Okay. And also if you come to here, so WRX here. Just now we observed WRX, GRI claim. Okay, these are all the transaction keys here. Okay, I think hardly some 10 to 12 transaction keys, so you need to work here. So altogether, the subcontracting process. This is one of the important here. Now the assignment from your end, so you need to run all the business proposals once again, and coming business proposals also you need to understand now whenever you're posting. So you go. So once again I will show you. Go to Migo or any material document. Okay. So once again I will show you. Just you go to the display of the material document. Go to doc information, FI documents, finance document. Again you click on accounting document. Okay, simply from go to display as list, from settings, layout, current year. So click on find a transaction here. Okay, so transaction, you need to click on continue. So against this transaction, click on code. So this is the way you have to see here the documents. So with this, so today just you go through the yesterday and today's video. You people also create your new valuation class, new material type, and new account cat reference, and link with and try to practice and try to see your transaction keys also here. So finally, so what is the flow actually to? So what exactly the MMF integration to get the automatic automation? So what are the factors I'm influencing? So this is most important. Okay.
I have a doubt, Yashasvi
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Yes. Tell me.
So, what are these transaction keys used for?
Transaction keys are posting keys here. Okay, means once you are posting, whether it's for stock account or consumption accounts, okay, what kind of accounts it is going to hit here. This is one parameter here. Transaction keys means posting keys.
Okay, posting. I mean, this is usually done by finance people, right?
No, this is usually done by the finance people, but you need to understand, right, whether it's going for stock account or consumption accounts. Okay, this is the by default. In OPYC, what we observe, these transaction keys are default here. So these transaction keys is help to post where exactly we are posting here. So they will create a GL account. But before that, so whether it is going for a consumption account or stock account, you people also need to understand. As MM, we need to differentiate like whether it's going for stock account or consumption account. That's what this transaction key is going to help here.
Okay, so I mean, in the previous screen, you were showing some 3 lakh account number.
Yes.
Remember?
This will be created, yeah. This will be created by the this is GL account. These are all GL accounts. This is the GL account. Okay. So this
Okay,
is
so
actually
these accounts will be given to us.
yes. Actually, just now we discussed with GL account. To create GL account, actually we are not ownership of this transaction. In fact, we don't
Yes.
know. Purely GL accounts will be created. Now enter this GL account. I think you observed here. This is the GL account inventory raw material. So this account actually company code. So this actually what group of account, whether it's a control data, they will maintain all these parameters will be done by the. So what is the account currency? So everything will be done by the finance people here. This GL accounts. So they will create lot of GL accounts. All these GL accounts they will assign to chart of accounts. So these chart of accounts, so they will assign to company code here. What is the OBY6? Okay. If I go to OBY6 transaction code, now what is your company code? 1000 company code you're using. For your 1000 company code, simply they will assign, because they cannot assign. There are some 10,000 GL accounts, example, or 5,000 GL accounts.
Correct.
So all these GL accounts they will assign to one chart of account. These chart of account they will assign to company code here. So that these actually GL accounts directly we are not assigning to your materials. Okay, whenever you are posting. So here the combination you need to understand OBYC transaction code. Please try to understand OBYC. So here to get this actually the transaction keys with the help of these transaction keys. Okay, so here so we are this valuation class where we are using Material Master. In Material Master where you right. So here how you define once you create a Material Master, you given the valuation class. GL account also only one time. This is only one time activities. So whenever you are receiving, so with actually this just now I created some 1638 material code example. With this material code only not only one time, right? N number of times you are receiving. Whenever you are receiving, automatically system and is cross check here. So what is that? Which chart of account and what posting key here? Again is this posting key. What is the valuation class we use in the Material Master? What is the GL account is assigned here altogether?
Okay.
So this is what here. Okay.
Yeah.
So please, actually, this is one of the important topic MMFI. So try to do an R&D. Okay, so whatever the transition keys I explained to you. So now onwards, so in future also we are going to run some business transactions. So every time you need to have a look what are the transition keys hitting. Okay, try if I'm doing subcontracting process, what are the transition keys hitting. So just this transition keys is going to ask by the in the interview and MMFI flow also mostly every interview they'll ask MMFI flow here. Okay, where you are going to define this transaction keys. So what are the transition means what are the parameters going to help to determine the GL account. Okay, and what for GBB I told you right. So GBB if I'm issuing to directly cost center under the GBB what is your account modifier is going to hit. So these are the questions here they will ask. So always once you post the material document you just go and see what are the transitions is going to hit here. Okay, Lakshmi and Yamuna Yashasvi is about today's session here.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for joining session. So we'll meet tomorrow at the same time, same link.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.